Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome back to Death Stranding. So, I said I was going to give it a second day, because, let's be honest, day one was about 90% cutscene. So, let's sort of see how we get on. I will say, I noticed that while I'm just sort of standing here, bits seem to be flying off me for some reason. I don't really know or get why, but apparently they are, but it looks like I'm dissolving or something, I don't know. So, anyway, yeah, Death Stranding, we're back. I'll be honest with you, I've still got no idea what's going on, but at least now I have an objective. So, I don't know what's going on, but I know what I've got to do. It's a step in the right direction, I guess. Anyway, so we've got a bunch of med supplies, which, if we check the map, we've got to deliver over here. Which seems like a short distance, unless you consider that... Actually, it's not as short as it looks. This, yeah, the route is actually big. Like, it is actually surprisingly big. Because, like, this was where I originally started. Sort of. I sort of ended up here in the mountains somewhere, and then I came down here, and then we sort of raced over here, and an explosion happened with a giant handprint, because that's kind of how these things go. This city no longer exists, even though the explosion is over here, so I'm not sure exactly what the hell's going on there. But yeah, we gotta go this way. We gotta go up to him, and we gotta go take some supplies. And we've got a few ladders to be able to do it. Now, whether that's gonna be good thing, easy thing, or what, I have no fucking clue. Seriously, no idea whatsoever. This is the part of the game where I'm gonna start failing spectacularly.
Have a pleasant journey.
So that'll be fun. So, yeah, we're finally into sort of the, I guess, the meat of the game. What is this? What are these things? Watchtowers allow you to survey the surrounding area for high vantage points. Use start to select structure menu. See list of functions available. Structure menu. Not that. What's this? How'd you get to this? Use... Oh, hold start. Ah, there we go. What's this? Dismantle structure. We can't do that. Scan surroundings. Customize slots. Time for resistance boosted to 50%. Time for resistance built to durability. Okay, how do we actually upgrade it if we can? The structure cannot be dismantled. Yeah, I know that. How do I... Apparently I can't upgrade it or anything. So that's a thing. That's... So use watchtower. Ooh. Oh, it's manual thing. Oh, cool. Alright, so... R to zoom? Can we actually zoom in on these little points of light? Or what? What are we doing here? That's right, there was lost cargo. Oh no, it's just sort of scanning it itself. Fair enough. How interesting. Hello! City, place, person, thing. Is it raining right now? Do we have timefall? Is that what's going on? I don't know, there's just sort of rainbows everywhere. There might be timefall, I'm not sure. But apparently there is some cargo here, which I could bring into Capital Knot City for some quick points. There also appears to be a few dots scattered around here, which might also be other pieces of cargo. Really not sure.
Thanks for the help.
I guess I'll give it a like. Oh, right. Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay, well, that's a thing. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it is. What's this? It's unlikely consecutive after sending some likes have to wait a while. Or you can give more lights to that same object or individual. Fair enough. Right, so it's sort of permanently... Oh, is that Timefall coming in? It might be Timefall. Yeah, so Timefall like ages. It's rain that ages stuff. I'm not sure how that works. I have a theory in my head that it's nanomachines. Something nanomachines happen. That's my guess. That is what this is all really building up to. Nanomachines got out of control. Apparently we got... We can lug that back. Let me just drop this off real quick. That'll get me a few extra likes. This is the game, by the way. If you didn't already know, this is what you do. You wander around, you occasionally find some random shit, and then you take it to where it needs to go. You are a glorified delivery person. Make of that what you will, I guess.
Scanning Bridges ID. Verifying ID. Welcome to Capital Knot City. Proceed to distribution center.
But we can drop this bad boy off. That'll get me a few likes. Because everybody likes likes, don't they? You don't want to go running down a hill. I will fall over. The game has momentum. I have played games with momentum before, so it's not a big issue, but it is something I am aware of. Whoa, what the... Make delivery. Deliver lost cargo. Only one thing, but okay. I did drop off a whole bunch at the end of the last episode, that's why there's only one left. I must have just missed it.
Thanks for the delivery. Gotta say, I really appreciate you going the extra mile.
Excellent. Yay. People think of you as a porter who can be relied on for basic orders, but with time and effort you may one day be recognized as a true legend. Yay, I've reached the miscellaneous grade 10. I will now receive more likes. Oh joy! Can it go above 10?
Thanks. Take care.
You're welcome.
Good work.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
The one thing I note, my shoes appear to have a degradation bar, and that worries me. Because it's like, well, if my shoes can degrade via overuse, that's going to be a problem. I also can't do anything with these hands yet. I don't know what these hands are. I don't have the right tool for that. Okay, so I think we gotta head over that way, if memory serves on my map. Yeah, it is more or less just across the water. Right, hold on. I think the thing I think I actually like the quiet in this game, because it's like it really sets a good atmosphere, you know. Oh, that doesn't look good. Are there? Need to find the right place to cross. You good? Yeah, it's not yellow. That means we can cross it relatively easily. Is that more stuff for Capital Knot City?
How you doing, Sam?
What's this then? Private locker, make delivery. Ooh. Okay, post box.
This one's for you. Thanks for the help.
They're all to go to Capital Knot City, huh? So here's the question. Oh my god. There's so many. Why are there so many? Here's the thing. I was thinking, oh, if there's just a couple, maybe I'll just run them back real quick. It's not too far away, but look, there's so many of them. There's 3 up there. Why are there 3 up there? One of them's XL too.
2 wheels up.
Like, can I even be arsed to do this? Probably not. Do we need this many post boxes?
Today's a good day. This one's for you.
We got over 100. So what's this?
Sam, remember that prolonged exposure to timefall damages cargo containers. Don't stay out in the rain any longer than you have to.
Noted. Right, so hang on. I mean, we could have cut through there, I guess, but that feels like going the very long way. Well, you've heard him. Don't stay out in the timefall any longer than I need to. What happened? Ah. Alright. Shit. That's the wrong button. Hang on. Okay. we can scooch our way up here.
Show yourself.
Don't see any more, just those ones over there, huh? Okay. Drop. Okay. Let's go down and around. Keep an eye on where it's pointing. It'll always point towards the nearest one when you're in the vicinity. I could be wrong, but I think the ghosts and the timefall are linked. Like the ghosts happen inside the timefall kind of thing, you know? As I said, I could be wrong, but... it's not too bad. What happened?
Breathe easy, Sam. You're clear of BG territory. The Death Stranding's to blame for all of this. The gazers, the fallen... America, everything. It warped the world beyond recognition. Humanity had to scramble like rats fleeing a sinking ship. But there's nowhere else to go. There's no future living like this. If we're to survive, we need to find another way. A way to overcome the BGs, the Death Stranding, the whole damn mess.
It was right in the first place. Yep, that'll do it. Alright, we cross. It's all blue. That means it's relatively simple. Bit sluggish perhaps, but simple. There we go. Ah, looks like the weather's clearing up too. Ooh, is that where we're heading? I think that might be where we're heading. This thing doesn't have as much range on it as I'd like. Oh, that's all yellow. Right. Oh, damn. Could I have crossed over there? Hang on, let me check. Yep, looks like I could have crossed back over here. That's irritating. Ooh, that's red actually. Maybe we can... okay. That's fine. Just get out of the water. The rest I can deal with myself. Okay, good. Made it. Balance, and we're good. Okay, excellent. So I wonder, do we get normal rain anymore? Or is it only timefall rain? Because it's like timefall like normal water that's been changed? Or is it you know, like is there water in timefall is what I'm asking. Or is it all just... Alright, let's head off. This looks a bit thinner over here. And look, it gets to be very close to my destination. Isn't that lovely? Some stuff over there as well I can just about see in the rain. Bit tricky. I think I can manage. Oh, that... oh god, yeah, don't go through yellow too much. Yeah, stick to blue if you can. That went down very fast. Alright, let's not stay in time for too much longer. This is whoa, 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 okay. Didn't know you could do that. Yeah. So we just want to head up here and around. Very good. Alright. Oh, is it easing off? I think it's easing off a little bit. I mean, if this Timefall ages everything fast, obviously most people are going to be wearing like plastics and rubber. You know, they don't biodegrade, they photodegrade, so it acts differently. Hey, we survived the Timefall.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Honestly, dude, you're not that far away, I'll be honest with you. Make delivery. Deliver requested cargo. Yes.
Delivering cargo.
Thank you. We've all been feeling the loss of Central Knot City. No one seemed to know what it meant for the organization. Or the UCA. Or us. The oxytocin will take the edge off, and that'll be a big help. Won't be long before we're back on track. May have luck. This is great. Thank you again. Yeah, everything looks to be in good order. And soon our way station will be too, I hope.
Nice. Yeah, because I backtracked a few times, didn't I? Three. Whoa, straight up to level 2. Very good. Okay.
You're with the second team, right? Where are the others?
Dead. Caught in the void out.
No way. That one blast got them all? And what, they just sent you out on your own? I mean, if it was just a delivery, that'd be one thing. Porters come through from time to time, but the second team was meant to bring the Cupid. They were going to connect us up. 3 years we've been waiting for help. 3 years. And they sent us one guy. Shit. Tell me you brought more than the Oxy, at least.
I've got the Cupid.
You... Really? So it's true. They finally got it working. Well, then you just might be the answer to my prayers. So what are you waiting for? You put us on the goddamn grid.
Yeah, you and me both, kid. Oh, nice. Whoa. Wait, really? That seems an awful long distance. Just, okay, fine.
Connection to Capital Knot City confirmed. It's really happening. Just like Amelie promised. We can finally do what we came here to do. Hey, you're headed west, right? Gonna be a lot of people happy to see you. Guess you'll keep on till you hit the coast, huh? Which means you'll get to see Amelie in person. Oh, that's something. That is really something. I've never met her. Only seen her holo messages back when I was with the first expedition. Well, anyway, you best be careful on the road. There's some bad people out there. More than good, some say. But I don't need to tell you that.
Thank you, Sam. By bringing that way station into the Cairo network, you've put it in direct contact with those of us back here in Capital Knot City.
Right. What's next?
West of the way station are a couple of structures our previous expedition put in place. And beyond them is your next destination, Port Knot City. It's on the shore of a crater lake that formed after the first void out. Your objective is to link up Port and Capital Knot. But to do that, you'll need to utilize our facilities as additional waypoints. They'll be essential for establishing a stable connection. Given the distance we need to cover, we're looking at using a distribution center and a power station, as to which you should head for first. Start with the distro center. We've got some cargo that needs delivering anyway. Check the nearby delivery terminal to pick it up.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Interesting. So we basically crossed about 3 states doing this. I don't know. I'm not very good with America. So hang on. That was where the game... I thought this was where the game started. My mistake. It wasn't exactly explained very well. Although that does actually explain a few things that were confusing. Oh my god. I didn't realize the map is actually... Oh, that is... I didn't even realize the map was 3-dimensional like that. Oh, actually, that's going to come in handy because that can tell me what's going to be useful. All right, so what we need to do is we need to cross over the river, and then what's this? Ooh, I don't know. I need to check that out. So yeah, we'll come down here. We'll cross over the river. We'll check this out because that looks interesting, and then we'll head down along here to there, and then we need to cross the river. Although that looks like it might be an easy crossing point there to allow me up to the wind farm. Okay. So we've got some other things we can do.
Your hard work's paying off, Sam. Thanks to the increase in network capacity, HQ is now in a position to provide you with additional materials and support. Should prove useful.
Weapons and equipment can be fabricated using materials provided by the facility. The amount of materials available by the given facility will differ depending on the facility type. Crafting. So we got ladders. Climbing anchor. PCC.
Sam, you can use that PCC to build a post box.
PCCs can be used to build structures, but be aware that doing so will use up some of the chiral bandwidth available to you. Structures can be shared with other players once built. Interesting. Okay then. We don't need any of that right now. What orders have we got? Orders for Sam. Got one to go to there and one to... Reconstruction post box. You want me to build a post box?
Sam, if you're in the middle of a run and decide you need to secure your cargo temporarily or entrust it to another porter, you'll want to make use of a post box. In addition to cargo, post boxes can also be used to share gear and weapons, if you're so inclined. Now, I'm sure you've used them before, but humor me and build one. Maybe between Capital Knot and that way station. If you're lacking a PCC, I'm afraid you'll just have to scrounge it up yourself.
And take that to the distribution center. Okay. Well, I think we can do both of those.
To build a post box, you'll need to use a PCC. It goes without saying, but if you're not already carrying a PCC, you'll want to fabricate one.
Excellent. How many are there? Ooh, I may have overloaded this a little bit. Why are there 6 rare materials? I wanna... Can I... Yeah. Place in private locker, please. Just to take the edge off, I think. Oh. Apparently that's a thing. Okay, that works. Fine, well, yeah, okay, let's do it this way. Yeah, sure, use the auto-arrange. That works just fine for me. Guess the computer knows what I'm doing better.
Order assigned. Sam, assuming you've got your PCC in order, head to the site I designated and build that post box, would you? You should have no trouble finding it if you check your map and compass. From time to time.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Alright. Okay, couple of requests to do. I can pull this off. One's a bit of a tutorial quest, but I feel I should probably do the tutorial quests so I know what the hell's going on. You know what's really weird? I think I kind of like this. Like, it's got that OCD element to it that always kind of draws me in when I'm playing games.
Sam, remember, sometimes all you need to cross a river is a ladder. If you don't have one on you, consider fabricating another.
I'm fine. I got it. You alright? You seem tired. Okay, so we gotta go down this way to the... It's weird to just see all these packages attached to his limbs like this. Maybe I'll pick that up on the way back. Yeah, so we're heading back into the Timefall. So this stuff doesn't just like randomly show up. It does actually exist in very specific areas, so fair enough.
Sam, I see you've arrived at the designated site. Good. When you're ready to proceed, activate your PCC. Use it to build a post box within the area I specified.
Alright, how do I do that? Use that, and then R. F trigger. Ooh. Ooh, shiny. Me likies.
fine-looking post box. If you access it and select Share Locker, you can share cargo and equipment with your fellow porters. Deposit a ladder and a climbing anchor, and I'm sure someone will eventually come.
Wait, is that actually part of the quest? Hang on. Orders. Here we go. Nope, not really. Apparently there's a lot of these. God almighty, look, this just goes to show just how much there is in this game. And it's like, do I really need to know all this stuff? Alright. Let's head back the way we came. We're a little lighter now. I wonder how you repair your boots. I wonder if, like, do you think technology will ever get to the point where we can just make America? Because I know you got that Microsoft Flight Simulator, which I've heard, like, really good things about in terms of, like, as a technical exercise. That the fact that, you know, you've literally got the entire planet. It's not, like, downscaled or anything. It is just literally, here's Earth. Good luck. There we go. Careful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. This game is relaxing. Actually, I honestly think this game could be therapeutic. Like, if you cut out all the bullshit story, I think I kind of like this game. Here's the thing. If this game didn't have enemies, it'd probably be my favorite game ever. Because you just run around doing what you're told, and that's actually really good for me. I like that. I like the idea of that. I'm not saying that's necessarily good for everybody, but it's the kind of thing I like. I like games with clear and easy to follow instructions. You know what? It's probably the enemies that are going to just push me off of this game. Why did you suddenly come up with my health? Should I be worried about this? What happened? Are these?
Heads up, Sam. Your cargo's been pinged. Move. Now, before someone has eyes on you. Get to your destination ASAP if you don't want to get caught.
Right, so those were bad guys? That would have been nice to know before. I just saw a thing on the map. I thought, oh, I'll explore that. Okay, never mind then. I guess I won't. Okay. I am aware that there are enemies other than, like, the ghosts. You basically just get a bunch of... Saw someone over there. I'm gonna go this way now. Can I get back across here, please? I don't know how far into the area they sort of explore. So you know what? I'm not even going to take the risk. I'm just out. Yeah, there's definitely... Look at that. There's a whole bunch of people over there. Okay then, fine. We'll, we'll go another way, shall we? Just now.
Fuck. Goddamn cottonmouth.
Oh shit. Did they buzz me? Why do people... why do, like, the enemies have better tech than I do? I don't think they know where I am.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
I see something over there, but I don't think it's anything bad. Oh wait, hang on, is that? Ooh, I got an idea. A couple of pieces of cargo we could drop off. That'll be good. Careful now, careful now. Guess I'm close to the limit already, huh? That's not as good as I was hoping, truth be told. Shame. Wasn't expecting that to be quite so big. That's fine. We can go slow. We're 2 rivers apart from the people who I think were trying to catch me. They sort of sent out that big ping. I'm assuming if I was closer to them, they'd have identified me again. Or maybe they did ID me at some point and... Stop. Stop moving. Here we go. If I can then... No, you don't. Right, now we go up. We drop the stuff off. That'll get me some likes. Maybe it'll even level that up to level 3. I don't know.
God damn it.
Relax, we're almost there. Quit your complaining.
Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Made it. Make delivery. Lost cargo. Here's a couple of pieces for you.
Delivering cargo.
I'm so glad you're here. Gotta say, you truly are incredible.
I know I am. Not as far as I'd hoped, but I'll take what I can get, I suppose. Oh, it does actually change. So it's gone from a green point to a yellow point. Does it end up with a red point at the end if I hit level, I don't know, 30 or whatever? Maybe. Maybe it goes blue.
Thanks for everything.
There's so many colors it could change to.
Good work.
And my weight level goes way down. I'm pretty sure you can, like, upgrade that. Yeah, okay, so if I've learned one thing, blue lights are good, orange lights are bad. Okay, I understand this fact now.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Pick up? What do you mean pick up? Pick up what? Whew.
Sam, if you stumble across any memory chips on the road, be sure to submit them via the nearest terminal. There's no telling what kind of rare and valuable data they might contain. You're sure to make someone very, very happy with your contribution.
Memory chips. That's a new one. Let's go check that out.
Scanning Bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Delivery memory chips. See what I get, if anything.
Well, would you look at this? Thank you so much, Sam.
Video cufflinks, frame arms, Bayako. Okay, I don't know what the hell that is. Hey, got me a like. It's a world where Facebook and Amazon merged together, I'm sure of it. Okay. Yeah, so that was the place where I was like, ooh, I wonder what this is. Yeah, that was a mistake. This appears to be their sector, apparently. So that's probably not that good for me. Yeah, because look, that's where I sort of crossed over the line. So now I know... Oh, God. So I'm going to have to go through their territory. Ah, interesting. That's how they've set it up, is it? I wonder if maybe I'd inadvertently done the good thing, because presumably they'll now be over the other side of the river. That's probably why they took so long to get there. Because they were supposed to be on this side of the river. Maybe I accidentally did a good thing? I don't know, but we can look at the watchtower. Still, we've learnt orange lights are bad. So that's fine. Probably for the best too. Right. George Baton.
Thanks for the help. Today's a good day.
Alright, what do we got? Hey, that works. Ascend decent. Wait, I can ascend? Oh, blooming heck, I didn't even know you could do this. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, so that's my destination. Not too bad to get to. A couple of climbing anchors, some resin. Still don't know what these hand things are. Chiral crystal. I don't know what the crypto bytes are. Was it crypto bytes? I'm getting confused with something else. Yes, it was crypto bytes. Sounds like something from a computer, but whatever. Sign of the time fall. Mule boots. On a person by the looks of it. Well, okay. Oh no. Look. There's people down there too. Ah, crap. They are definitely going to be coming after me. And I don't think there's anything I can do to get around them. Not based on their area of effect. They are on the other side of the river, though. What's this? further up into the mountains I can be, perhaps the harder it'll be for the others to get there. They haven't really introduced any combat elements yet. I mean, that river's pretty big there. I am so gonna get buzzed. Yep. It be coming. There it goes. Last thing we really need to have to deal with. Like, we've got ghosts to worry about. Can we not, like, worry about real people in this world, please? What's that? Oh, is that the edge of their domain? If I can cross that before they decide to ping for me again. What happened? Uh-oh. Ah, hello. Yeah, so they knew that I'd be following, huh? Well, they knew that they'd be following. More time for. Why did that send them running back?
Mules gave you trouble, huh? Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
Don't follow accelerated passage of time for anything it touches. Yeah. So I did. Yeah, I managed to get out of their territory. Although, I still don't know what that thing is up there. I'm just saying, I was too busy in a rush to get out of their area. I can see it from here. What bounce would it be?
What you looking for?
Yeah, I forgot you can do that. There's a marker on it. Doesn't look like. It looks like just a rock. Maybe it's just a funny shaped rock. Don't really want to cross the line, but. Whoa. Yep, that's literally just a rock. That wasn't anything important or significant in any way. So, bad guys are called mules then? Strange. Okay, well. I like that the cutscene very much implied that you were being chased, but I'd mostly managed to avoid them. I do notice there's something glowing up here though. What is that? Ah. Metals. I do note, rather annoyingly, those lines probably mean there's people there, don't they? As in, there's ghosts there. That's the wrong one again. So, oh, is it in this area maybe? Maybe we'll get lucky, we can go around them. Alright, let's get the hell out of this rain. It's a lot of stuff. What happened? Oh, oh no. Is it? It's gone very dark. I don't like this. Now where are we? Because we could come down there, or we could come down here and cross the river. Because we're going to have to cross the river eventually. Let's say we stay out of the area with all the cars. That looks like an absolute death pit. And let's say we instead go another way. Okay, then again. Or maybe I was just walking straight towards it. Let's see him. Neither does the thing, apparently. Yes, it does. It fills it over there. This is probably going to be a big mistake. I don't see them. I see the lines. Oh wait, there's one. I'm not near any of them, at least not right now. So if I'm lucky... If I'm very lucky, maybe there won't be any on the other side of the... Closer? But oh, closer. Don't see any up ahead though. What's that line? Okay, we're fine. Alright, now, how do we... We do have a ladder. That's not long enough. Is it? How do I control where the ladder goes? Probably a way to do that. Or is it just that it's... Yeah, it's... The river's too long here. Okay, well, how do I put the thing away? Okay, that also works. How bad? Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. Out onto your butts. Chuck some of that down. My stamina's getting a bit low. There we go. That's much more like it. Excellent. Actually, I have just noticed it's gone 4 o'clock, so we'll take a quick break. You know, now that I'm actually, like, in the game, I think I kind of like this. Like, honestly, I think the worst part about this game is the enemies. Because it's like, if it was just wandering around a desolate wilderness and, you know, being a glorified errand boy, I'd probably love this game. It'd be great. Personally, I think that would be really fun. I know I'm a bit weird like that, but, you know, I'm the kind of guy that likes a game like House Flipper. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We will be back in a minute where we'll see if we can continue forward. And we're back. Sorry, that took a little longer than planned, but we're okay. Hang on, where are they? They do seem to be on the other side of the... No, they probably shouldn't be running it. What is this? What is this line? Ah, disconnected from chiral network. Okay. Does seem to be people on this side of the river too, unfortunately, which is a teensy bit annoying. Over there. Shoot. Oh, let's go this way and hope. I think we're alright. Oh no, never mind. You were not there before.
You belong on the other side.
I think coming over to this side of the river was a mistake. Shh. It's alright. We're fine. Look at you. Try this way. It's annoying that you have to stop. I understand the reasons. It is supposed to be a slow-paced game after all. But
I wouldn't think you were afraid.
Okay. Halfway between the two. Making it through okay? Both seem to be behind me right now. Okay. Oh. Balls.
Something wrong, Sam?
Oh no, kid doesn't look so hot.
Nothing to worry about. Its functions are temporarily suspended, but they can be restored. I can perform the necessary maintenance at a distribution center. Hurry, though.
Okay. From Autotoxima? Toxima? Oh, actually, the weather's clearing up. I think we're okay. Alright. So yeah, crossing the river may not have been the best thing, but...
When the strain on your BB exceeds sustainable levels, it triggers the production of harmful compounds, and the body, in essence, begins to attack itself. It's called autotoxemia. If your BB's not performing to spec, drop by your private room and see if the incubator helps.
I can see the wind farm up there. You know, this is a very pretty game. I think it was inspired by like Iceland or something like that. I can see that. Oh, that's a bike. Do I get bike? I will thumb up for bike.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Excellent. Now, interesting that the timefall does not actually damage the cargo because it can't get to the innards. What it does is it damages the casing, and if you fall, damaged casing means damaged cargo. As far as I understand it. Alright, let's drop this shit off. Zoom. Nice. That should get me some likes.
Way station folks told me all about you. Sam Bridges, with the second expedition, right? The guy expanding the chiral network on his lonesome. When he's not out making deliveries. So what'd you bring us? Let's see it. Talk about above and beyond. Thanks. Must have had to pass through BT territory to get here too, didn't you? They weren't joking when they said you were a legend.
Whoa, 360. It's gonna be a long trip. S. 1, 2, and oh, so close to 3. Nice. 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 Oh crap. Nice. Sweet, that'll take it all the way up to 9. Excellent.
Okay, it's time. Do you mind connecting us to the network?
Sweet. Excellent.
Sam, as always, thanks for bringing more folks into the UCA.
Officers here at HQ will be able to provide additional functionality to those facilities. Yeah. Mules and drone syndrome. Bridge babies. Timefall. Features been added to your cuffs, mail, and data. New options been added to delivery terminals. Recycle.
Looks like we're on the chiral network. And with those materials you brought for our chiral printer, we can produce supplies for you here as needed. Think of it as our way of returning the favor. Now head west and keep on doing what you do.
Good. The distro center is on the network.
Sam, do me a favor. Take your BB to a private room and connect it to the incubator.
Okay.
Good work.
Wrong button.
Dead man, you there? Little help?
Okay, Sam. Remove the pod and connect it to that incubator.
It's in.
Good. A temporary excessive stress. Easily addressed if we return it to its mother's womb.
Mother?
Located in the capital Knot City ICU. Brain dead, of course.
You mean still mother?
Correct. A still mother's womb facilitates a connection between the world of the dead and the BB. And you, in turn, connect yourself to a BB, granting you the ability to sense BTs. These pods were designed to simulate the conditions inside a still mother's womb. BBs need to believe they're in one at all times to function properly. However, we can only maintain this deception for so long, which is why we must periodically update the environmental data by synchronizing it with a still mother via the chiral network. There. The update is in progress. Right now, the pod is synchronizing with the still mother in capital Knot City and reconfiguring its settings based on the latest data. Returning your BB to the womb in this manner will temporarily reduce its stress levels. That being where it technically belongs, of course.
Kid looks happy.
I'll try adjusting the oxytocin dosage. Autotoxemia should set in much slower from now on. You should remember that BBs are just equipment. Try not to get attached. Each one has been physically removed from its still mother's womb, a process that renders them unpredictable and prone to failure. No BB on record has remained in service for over a year. It may need to be retired before this expedition is over.
And then? You saying there's no way to keep my BB alive?
You must understand, there is still a great deal we don't know about BBs. As we expand the chiral network and recover more past data, perhaps we'll find our answers. Oh, right. You asked me to look into why the BTs might be reacting to your blood. I spoke with Hartman. We should have your results soon. Anyway, get some rest. You and your BB are both exhausted. Good night, Sam.
Okay then. Why would you want to lock your hand to the... Okay, fine, whatever. I don't know if that necessarily facilitates a good night's sleep. I don't know why you'd want to do that.
Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Sam? Can you see me?
How are things over there?
Still not under guard. Still not chained up. Still can't leave. But if you can keep making connections, if you can get to me, we can go back east, back home. Thank you. I mean that. It's bad. There are fewer and fewer people in the cities these days. No one's having children anymore. But humans aren't made for living alone. They're supposed to come together, to help one another. And if we as a people can't do that, if we can't reconnect, then, well, it's like Bridget said, extinction.
Come on. Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
But at least we'll have hope. I'll be waiting, Sam. Waiting for you. Come and find me.
Kind of rude. If you ask me. Alright.
Hello, Sam. This is Hardman. Since you're awake, it might behoove you to freshen up. To that end, why not take a shower? It's good for the body and soul, and also my research as it happens.
Sure. Take a shower. Showers are indeed good. I like a nice shower. I know some people like baths, and that's fine. You're welcome to like a bath as well. I used to actually like baths. These days I like showers.
Your request to me, as I oversee BT research. I'll be taking a sample of your shower water in order to study the effects your bodily fluids might have on a BT.
Study other people with dooms?
Everyone in Bridges, myself and Mama. Results thus far are inconclusive. But you possess other singular qualities, being a repatriate as well. I must confess to a measure of optimism.
Processing fluids. Waste products. Drilling. Dispensing.
There. Take the sample with you. Should the opportunity arise, try using it on a BT. I'm curious to see how they react. Who knows? It may even prove beneficial to you. There was an old research paper detailing the effects of bodily fluids from individuals like us on BTs. It is only by recovering these materials that we can unearth the knowledge of the past. Not just the death stranding, but also the mystery of your body's unique properties and even our doom's affliction. There may well be hope for humanity. Sam, I have no interest in rebuilding America. I want to recover the past. Oh, it's almost time.
After you make your connections and nothing happens, then what? I said, then what?
What's with the countdown? Whoop.
Sam, sorry to bother you while you're taking a break, but I figured you'd want to hear this. Hell, maybe it'll help you rest easier. We received a number of messages addressed to you. I've not taken a look myself, but I gather they're mostly from your clients. You should see if they contain any useful information. Mail can be accessed via your cufflinks, as well as the terminal in your private room. There's something else I'd like to share with you. With the Cairo network, we now have the power to reclaim our past. Data once thought lost forever from every corner of America can be pieced back together from fragmented records. Our archives are still a work in progress, of course. But as we expand the network and integrate more way stations and cities, we'll be able to recover more and more information, such as the previous expedition's logs and reports. Everything they sent back was lost when Central Knot City was destroyed. Now, we've managed to restore some already, in fact. You can access them from a private room terminal or your cufflinks by selecting Archives. Might make for interesting reading.
Indeed. I don't have any weapons, I note. So that's interesting. Fascinating, really. Examine equipment. Okay. Check on Bibby. Yep, he's still a baby.
Oh.
BB looks happy. Oh, good. I'm so glad about that. Are we supposed to be getting attached to that little troll thing? If memory serves. Let's do this. I don't care. Excellent. There we go. Ooh. Hat. Bridges. Okay, that certainly suits you a lot better than the thingamajiggy did, the glasses. Ooh, okay, so yeah, we're getting on all right. I think, you know, we've crossed a good chunk of America, even though it's technically very small. But whatever. What do we got? Orders mail. Do I sound bad news? Ooh. Thanks for leaving those rare materials, Sam. Everyone at Distro Center really appreciates you coming through for us. I'm afraid I got some bad news for you though. That bike user outside, the battery's dead. You'll have to give it some juice if you want to use it. Only need to do it once though. Auto charger should kick in after. Sorry if we got your hopes up, and got some more bad news for you too. You see, different facilities have to work together, sharing materials so everyone gets what they need, and to make sure that everything that's produced gets put to proper use. That's why guys like you are so important. Without porters, the whole system falls apart. Okay. Anyway, there's this guy, George Baton, over at the way station. He used to be a reliable porter, but lately it's like pulling teeth getting him to make even the simplest delivery. Keeps bitching about being scared or not having enough oxy or whatever, always some excuse. Even when he does agree to make a run, he's liable to lose half of his load en route. So yeah, that's why we're a bit short on materials at the moment. I'm sure you'll soon help us put that right. Okay. Well, I'm sure we can work on something. Sam the man, our savior. Things are looking up here at the way station. Everything feels better somehow. We're all bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and we even when we set ourselves up. But 3 years of isolation and loneliness will change everyone's tune. Hell, when we first got here, we were putting up signs for porters and whatnot. But after a while, some guys got too scared to even set foot outside. When Central went up, I told myself that was it. America's done. Everyone was feeling it too, and the mood was just bleak, and then you waltzed in. I know what you're thinking. At first I thought it was just oxytocin 2, but that's not it. For the record, if you don't know, oxytocin is the brain's happy drug, or one of the brain's happy drugs. It's you can actually, I think you can actually just get oxytocin. I don't know if you can get it without a prescription these days, but they can synthesize oxytocin as a drug. Obviously, you have to be careful because of, like any drug, you can get addicted to it. But yeah, that is actually legit. That's 100% true. That's not all of it anyhow. You gave us a glimmer of hope we needed by bringing us into the chiral network. We're back in the game now. Been thinking of putting up signs again. Even Watchtowers 2 before long will be opening up new delivery routes, mark my words. It's still scary out there though. All the oxy in the world won't help us deal with mules, let alone BTs. We shit ourselves every time we catch sight of one, and we end up dropping half our equipment. Honestly, a part of me is still a little worried we won't be able to keep it up. And that's why we need you, Sam. You're not scared of anything, right? So go show us how it's done. Well, okay. Honestly, that sounds more creepy than anything else. Wow, so much stuff. What are these interviews then? Mule and drone syndrome. Bridges' primary objective is rebuilding America. In order to rebuild, one of our main tasks is to reconnect cities and other settlements by re-establishing a delivery network. Back before the Death Stranding, the comms and delivery networks were what held society together. The whole thing was automated. AI managed deliveries carried out by drone. The belief was that taking people out of the equation would revolutionize the entire system. But things didn't quite pan out that way. Instead, we started seeing cases of what would eventually be dubbed drone syndrome. It was too much for some folks to accept, leaving everything to machine and nothing for the common man. And indeed, the oxytocin deficiency and hormonal imbalances we confirmed seemed to back up that assessment. Humanity needed to be a part of the process. So laws were put in place, and we stepped back into the picture again, and then what happened? All the people put out of work by machines who got called up again convinced themselves society couldn't survive without them, and they brought on a whole new disorder. Delivery dependence syndrome, they called it. When the Death Stranding tore us apart, the delivery problem spiraled even further. It wasn't helped any by the fact that chiral clouds prevented planes and drones from flying, which meant we had to go back to relying completely on human couriers, whether we liked it or not. Eventually, delivering goods became all some lived for. They were obsessed, addicted, consumed by the desire to deliver. Over time, they turned into mules we know and love today. Really? So, right. Okay, I think I'm understanding this. They're basically saying that, you know, obviously, because I think this is set in the future of some degree. Like, the whole thing was that, like, you know, robots took over, you know, they went fully automated, and it ended up with people basically just, you know, failing because of a lack of, I guess, things to do. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. So they had, like, there was nothing for people to do, so they kind of, guess, got bored. And that led to drone syndrome. And then that also in turn, then, you know, obviously they brought people back in, and then there was just people who literally just couldn't stop. And they're the mules who will attack me. So they're not attacking me because they want the stuff for themselves. Well, they want the stuff for themselves, but they want the stuff so they can be the ones to deliver it. That's very strange. Okay, bridge babies. Look, I'm kind of new here at Bridges, so I don't know if any of this will be useful to you. Still, I'm happy to talk about BBs if that's what you want. They call me Dead Man on account of my familiarity with the dead. Get it? We've always been on good terms, you see. Used to have regular little chats back when I worked in the morgue. Right, so he used to be a mortuary assistant. Okay. That still doesn't explain why he seems to have, like, had the top of his head cut off. Anyway, that's also the reason I work on BB maintenance and research to learn more about those who are no longer with us. But I digress. Fact is, BB BBs were already being issued to our forces in the field before I joined Bridges. What's more, research into the little guys had already been conducted long, long ago, but no one took the plunge and put what they had discovered to practical use. Still, what that did mean is that when Bridges wanted to build our own BBs, most of the work was already being done for us. We just needed to follow the instruction manual, so to speak. Which isn't to say that we have any idea how they work, not how they can detect BTs or how they can connect this world to the other side. We still have much to learn about our little friends, but one thing is certain. Their continued study will lead to a greater understanding of the Stranding and of life and death itself. That much I can assure you. Well, I think that's about all I have to tell today. Hopefully I'll have something new to share next time we chew the fat. See you around, I guess. Okay, Timefall. Timefall was first recorded when the Death Stranding occurred. And despite all the years that have passed since then, we are no closer to understanding how or why it accelerates the passage of time for the objects and organisms it touches, or why it immediately turns to ordinary water having done so. So it's literally normal rain that's been like tainted with something. See, again, this just brings to mind nanomachines in my mind. You know? Like, I feel like nanomachines would do this to you in some way. Some researchers have gone so far as to posit this process as stealing time. As for why timefall is observed only in certain places, all that we know for certain is that it's somehow affected by local chiral concentrations. This is merely a hunch, but something in me suspects that Death Stranding may have warped our perception of the passage of time. Not that's necessarily a bad thing to understand. We humans can conceive of our own deaths and even the possibility of a place beyond death. Yes, we have the capacity to conceptualize the future, an evolutionary advantage which aided our development as a species. Well, what if Timefall has given us a new, supercharged version of this essential ability? One that will take us to the next stage of evolution. Perhaps we wouldn't need to hole ourselves up in not cities. Perhaps, in time, the Death Stranding will become seen as a phenomenon that saves our species. Exciting thoughts, I'm sure you will agree. I, for one, can't wait to set out on our journey. Who knows what will await for us. Interesting. These were here before, actually, weren't they? Crypto bytes. We call these bug crypto bytes. They were recorded in reference book and databases back before the Death Stranding, but no one ever thought to give them proper classification. So crypto is it crypto bytes? I was calling them crypto bytes. The crypto biotes. Crypto biotes. I think crypto bytes is a better name. They're named for the process of cryptobiosis, which means hidden life. When environmental conditions get too harsh or resources too scarce, cryptobytes can shut down their metabolic processes and enter an almost death-like state in order to survive. Tardigrades, yeah, I was literally just about to say that. Oh yeah, that sounds like tardigrades. And sleeping cryamids are capable of this too, but cryptobytes are on a whole other level. They can survive anything and anywhere, even on the beach or in the seam. What is this beach and seam thing? I think seam is the place you go that's underwater when you die. It's where you go to resurrect yourself, I think. So what's the beach? I've heard that referenced a few times. I'm not sure exactly what it means yet. I mean, unless, of course, that is the beach is where Death Stranding happened. But I don't know. I don't know if the beach is like an actual place, if it's more sort of metaphorical or something. Anyway, and they aren't capable of prolonging only their own lives. Humans who eat them also acquire limited resistance to timefall too. You won't find them lying around just anywhere, though. You need to know. Oh, thank you to. Let's see how you pronounce that. Let's say Boda. Thank you to Boda for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, where was I? Humans who eat them. Yeah, you won't find them lying around anywhere, though. You need to know where to look. Not many people even knew they existed until recently. So next to no research has been done, but now that their beneficial properties have been recognized, I'm willing to bet they'll play an important role in helping us to understand the beach, the Death Stranding, and everything else. That would be nice, because, you know, I'd like a few explanations from all of this. The corals of the seam. Life began in the ocean, and it evolved and as it evolved, it graduated to the land. At least this is what was believed until recently. To sea creatures, the land is a harsh, unforgiving place. Given this, what could possibly have compelled these organisms to make such a drastic transition? Consider that fossils of the first fish to adapt themselves to land have been found in regions with unusually large tidal range. Could it be that these creatures developed legs in order to more swiftly return to the safety of the sea when stranded? Yeah, that's a decent theory, I suppose. Could their evolutionary leap have been triggered by this traumatic experience? If so, could similar circumstances have shaped the evolution of the coral-like organisms that inhabit the seam and driven them to develop an ability to live between life and death, between time and timelessness? Coral is, after all, older than any organism on the land, and hardy enough to have weathered the mass extinction of 450 million years ago. And it is a life form upon which many other organisms rely on for survival. Bearing all this in mind, one could argue that the ability to survive in the seam is indicative of a profound evolutionary leap. So again, is the seam a real place? Is it... okay, is the seam and the sea, which is the same word, just minus an M, are they connected? Are they the same thing? Because you are underwater, and if he's talking about coral, is it a case of the sea and the seam are the same thing? I don't know. Everything's very strange here. Okay, Egyptian mummies, pyramids. At what point can it be said that man truly understood what it meant to die? It would seem reasonable to suggest that it was when he began to bury his dead, a practice which... excuse me, my throat's getting a bit dry, all this talking. What's that? Water, always good. A practice originated with the Neanderthals. In a way, one might say that our growing understanding of death drove our development as a species. Our fear of it, our attempts to conquer it, why it could be argued our entire history revolves around... Whoops, that's the wrong button. Sorry, I pressed the button. Take the Great Pyramids of Egypt with the tombs of the ancient emperors in China. The more powerful the person, the bigger the ground to find a resting place. Or to posit a more radical theory, could the very concept of power and society themselves have emerged solely to facilitate the creation of such monuments, such challenges to the finality of death? Either way, in leaving behind something they hoped might endure through the ages, the builders of these edifices believed that they too might live forever. Well, yeah. You know, you build something like the pyramids, you're going to be remembered for a long while. You know? The mummies of the Egyptians are another mean by which man sought to fulfill this desire, to escape the finality of death. They were created that the spiritual self, the Ka, would have a physical vessel, or Ha, to which it could return. The... oh god. Sokushinbutsu, or mummified monks of Buddhism, apologies if I butchered that pronunciation, are similar in this respect. However, these monks in question aim to transition straight from life to Buddhahood, in other words, to forgo death altogether. But now that the beach has brought us into direct contact with the world beyond, our relationship with death must further evolve. Next stage in our understanding is upon us. I mean, that makes a certain kind of sense, I guess. Maybe, possibly. What the fudge? Okay. So these are all the collectibles I can find, are they? That's a lot of collectibles. I got a music player too. Okay then. Right. Well, I got some extra lights, so I suppose that's something.
Sam, we've received a distress call from the distro center staff. Check the order on the delivery terminal as soon as you're ready.
Oh. Can I check it here, or do I have to go out into the real world to do this first? I think I have to go out into the real world, don't I? Well, okay then. I guess we should do that. Let's go. What memory are we gonna get this time?
This isn't what we agreed on. You said you'd do everything in your power to save BB.
We are. But we cannot release your son just yet. Believe me when I tell you it's for the best.
Sister woman in the mask who's done nothing but lie to me.
We're up.
Sam, there's something I forgot to tell you. It's about managing your BB stress levels and reducing the risk of autotoxemic attacks. There are a few things you can do if your BB starts showing signs of distress.
Such as?
Such as take a moment to look after it. Cradle the pod, gently rock it, that sort of thing. Out of curiosity, how's it doing at the moment?
Before I answer that...
Something wrong?
When I hook up my BB, I see things.
What kind of things?
Like a face, someone I don't know, calling to me. There's this room, too, with other people talking, but I can't make out the words.
Lead-through effect. Didn't I warn you about this? You're mistaking the BB's memories for your own. They're false flashbacks, nothing more. Let me explain. A BB is harvested from its steel mother at around 28 weeks and placed in a pod. To be clear, this is before it's even born. The procedure halts its development. But even at 28 weeks, its sensory systems have matured enough to process external stimuli. It is more than capable of encoding this information into memories, which can bleed into yours via your connection.
So who's the man I saw?
Someone from the medical team, maybe? Or a BB technician? Does it matter? The BB has been in circulation for a while now. It's been handled by a lot of people. How should I know which one made an impression?
'Cause you're the expert.
No one's an expert, Sam. BBs were developed decades ago in secret. They're your quintessential black boxes. We may use them, but we don't truly understand them. Believe me, I've been trying to learn more, but almost all of the old records are gone. If I find anything out, I'll tell you, all right? Dead man's honor.
Left button and down. Ooh, no, that's probably too much. I don't know. How the hell do you do this? I have no idea. Oh, well, I got heart bubbles. I'm assuming that's good. Alright, fine. You can get connected again. I have no idea if that was good or bad or what. How was that?
Sam.
Hello.
Check the delivery terminal and review the list of orders.
Okay, I was about to do that anyway, because, you know, that's kind of what you do in this game. Hey there, RD... What is that? RD Dragon's Den. Hey, I remember you. You've been here before. I think. Your name does sound familiar. I'm sure it is.
I ran some network diagnostics. Beryllium monitoring and holographic systems are nominal. Unfortunately, our printer is offline. I know. After all the trouble you went through to bring us those materials. This one's on us. We ordered a part a while back, but it never arrived. The printer needs it to communicate with the chiral network. Mules must have snatched it, caught that porter en route or something. If I'm right, they'll have taken it to their drop site, which is smack dab in the middle of their territory. Don't suppose you'd be up for stealing us our property back? Can't think of anyone more qualified than you.
Want me to go slap bang into the middle of Mule territory? This does not sound like a good plan. Oh well, whatever. Collect Chiral crystals, huh? Can I even do this yet?
Sam, the area around that distro center has produced a significant quantity of chiral crystals. Matter of fact, that's where the chiralium used in your Cupid's internal circuitry came from. They have a range of applications, including equipment fabrication. Bottom line, they're a valuable resource and one you'll want to make the most of. I'll let Hartman explain in more detail, but chiral crystals don't exactly grow in trees. If you see any deposits, you should go out of your way to gather them, especially since folks with dooms are the only ones that can, provided they have the necessary equipment, that is. I'll see that it's added to your supplies for this order.
Sam, it's Hartman. Following the discovery of the beach, we not only began to observe heretofore unseen phenomena, but a new type of matter, chiralium. I say new, but it has doubtlessly existed since the dawn of the universe. We believe it was always there, like dark matter and certain particles, ever present, yet overlooked because we lacked the capacity to see it. Chiralium appears to be unbound by the constraints of physics as we understand them. It can stop time or move contrary to it. On occasion, it even defies gravity. In practical terms, it can stop or even reverse time and causes objects to float. A special cylindrical case is required to collect and store it. Suffice it to say, the procurement of samples is vital to our ongoing research.
Well, okay then. And you.
Heads up, Sam. Distro Center staff's got a favor to ask. Probably best I start from the beginning.
Oh, please do.
This one's on us. We ordered a part a while back, but it never arrived. The printer needs it to communicate with the chiral network.
Yeah, they already said that.
Mules must have snatched it, caught the porter en route or something. If I'm right, they'll have taken it to their drop site, which is smack dab in the middle of their territory. Don't suppose you'd be up for stealing us our property back. Can't think of anyone more qualified than you.
Oh, that sounds oh so fun. But I guess we'll give it a go.
Mama's added a watchtower schematic to your PCC. If you don't have it on you, consider fabricating one. You never know when you'll need to recon an area.
Okay. Portable chiral constructor. So what? Okay, fine. Whatever.
That thing you're holding is a crystal collector. Now, as the name suggests, it provides secure storage for any crystals you gather.
Sweet.
Allow me to describe your quarry. Chiral crystals appear gold to the naked eye and are frequently found in formations resembling human handprints. Surrounding rocks and debris tend to float a few feet above the ground. And they are most commonly found in areas with high precipitation. Got all that? Rain, floating rocks, golden handprints. That's your trifecta. Look for these three things and you'll find the crystals. If you've been especially observant, then perhaps you already know where to look.
I do. There's been some all over the place. Okay.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought your username sounded familiar. I don't remember absolutely everybody's, but I have a sort of vague memory for most of this stuff.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Okay, then I guess we need to go.
Sam, chiral crystals are pretty small and can be difficult to spot with the naked eye. I'd advise you to use your ultradeck to point you in the right direction. If you want to survey a wider area, though, you might consider building a watchtower and relying on its sensors.
think I got one. Do the watchtower. Might not be a bad idea. Drop one right down here. Nice flat area. Let's see the area of effect. Wouldn't be terrible. Let's move it a bit closer to the river's edge, perhaps. That'll be more like it. What's that time?
Oh, right.
Woo! The future! Yeah, tell me about it. It's taking its sweet time. Hang on, hang on, hang on.
Construction complete.
Oh, good. I'm so happy.
I'm Sam!
Boom. Okay, you can do that. Okay, anyway. Yeah, it's just gone 5 o'clock, so we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we'll continue doing all the little missions that we've got to do. Fun stuff. I will say, now that the game has actually started, I think I kind of like it. Like, I really wasn't sure because you had that pretty extended stealth section close to the start when you were first hiding from those sort of set of BTs and everything like that. And like the stealth is actually kind of simple. I haven't had like an encounter with mules yet, or at least not a direct one. So we'll see how that goes. But I kind of like it, so we'll see where we go with this. Anyway, back in a minute, guys. And we're back. Okay. I may have done a bit too much reading during that last segment, because my throat is now just like... but I think I'll be alright. Alright, let me do this. Hello. We scan up and then we slowly move down. See what else we can nab. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff. Yep, that's a lot of stuff. That's really a lot of stuff. That's right, we can go up as well, can't we? I always forget you can... Nope, that's too high. I always forget you can go up. But yes, look, that's a lot of hands. Unfortunately, they're all right where the bleeding BTs are. Which makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay. Guess we'll just do what we can and get what we can. How much do I actually need to collect? Collect Cairo crystals. The minimum is 1. I need 100. How much have I got? Like, how do I know how much I've got? Ooh. Okay, fair enough. Oh, I've got 14. There we go. Right, okay, so I've got 14. It's there, down there at the bottom. And I need 100. Okay.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
There we go.
Uh-oh. cool area. Heads up.
Got company.
Well spotted. There appears to be one right in the direction I'm heading. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's way over there. Okay, that's fine. Close, but not desperate close. I think we're all right. What was that? Is that something else? Looking around here and it said pick up. Oh, there was one here. Didn't even see that one. Alright, is this going to be stupid going over to try to get this one? It's like, how many BTs are there in the area? That's closer than it looks. And there's one right over there. You know what? Not worth it. 100% not worth it. Not worth the time and not worth the trouble. I wonder. Are there any over there? Oh, that's a big river. This is really stupid. Where are you? You're definitely off in that direction. I can see the thing pointing at you. Right there, huh? That's not worth it. I was kind of hoping there wouldn't be as many over here, but there were. So what you can do, I guess. Wish the ladder would reach across the river, but it's not long enough for that. Such a huge yellow area. It'll be alright. I can make it. I hope. Oh god, I hope. No, we're good. Oh, really? Noted. I like my own thing.
Anybody hear me?
Hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me. Damn it. Alright, so we can fill in that order. Take that back. I've got a bunch of chiral crystals for myself.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges on.
Sam, clear. Chiral crystal deliveries are a little different from usual. The process is pretty simple, though. Access the delivery terminal to drop off any chiral crystals you're carrying.
A little different than normal, huh? Did it not do it? Oh no, that's a printer. Hang on. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Do that then. Huh. Ooh. Ooh, fancy.
Got some chiral crystals for us? These crystals only form in places with elevated chiralium levels, which makes me wonder if expanding the network had something to do with it. Damn, son. That is a lot of crystals. Maintenance and R&D will both get their fill, looks like.
Nice. Yes. Ready provided design data for the following. Ooh, repair spray. Caracas will now be used at all UCA affiliated facilities. The amount of materials that can be used at the distribution area west of Camelot City has increased. Yay.
Excess chiral crystals can be deposited at any facility. They'll be added to the stores held on site. These local stores include materials that you can draw upon to fabricate equipment as needed.
Level 3. The originator of West Camelot City is provided the following new hologram data. Bridges Guard Macho. Uses data to gain access to a level 2 or higher structure and select Customize. Okay. Some of this facility's bandwidth has been shared with Sam. More structures can now be built within the chiral network area. Right. Yes, of course. Because every area has sort of like the map is split into different areas and you can build so much in each section. So that makes sense. Excellent. Wow, we're also going halfway all the way up to the next one. I got 300 for that. In fact, technically I got 422, but 300 just for that, you know? That's good. Ooh, yay. Nice. Excellent. Hey, you award the title of Skilled Handler. Excellent. Achieve delivery volume grade 10. Carry more cargo. Yes. That's what I wanted to see. More cargo.
Oh, before I forget, this is for you.
Ooh.
That's container repair spray for patching up cargo containers. Good for dealing with timefall degradation and all that. Useful stuff if you and your cargo have been through the ringer. We've added it to your supplies list, so it's readily available if and when you need it.
Very good. How do I repair boots? All right. Thank you very much.
There is a correlation between elevated chiralium levels and increased crystal formation. This may well be the result of the network's expansion. You needn't worry though. Local chiral density is still within an acceptable range. If you find any more, be sure to collect it. You'll be well rewarded.
If you come into more chiral crystals, you can submit them at one of our facilities. And you can deposit other resources too, along with any items you don't need. Everything has its value. What we don't use as is can be broken down into components for R&D and other applications.
Goody. Goody goody gumdrops. Right.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey. Still got work to do, Sam. Let's not keep people waiting.
Oh, do let's. Do let's not. Whatever. Right, so the next task, this. I gotta go up there. I'm assuming I just sort of follow that route. I don't know if this is gonna be a smart thing or a really stupid thing. Probably a bit of both.
Most mules almost always bring stolen shipments home with them. Find the post box, steal back the cargo. Simple as that. But be careful, these guys are armed. If this goes sideways, be ready to fight.
You're not unconscious, so I do have just a basic attack, huh?
There we go.
Where am I right now? Gives me an idea. Nope, not that one. This one. And take a ladder, right? Stick a ladder. And ladders are ladders after all. When I use it. Bonk.
Remember, Sam, before you approach the mule drop site, we recommend you use a watchtower to confirm the location of the post box containing our cargo.
Okay. I guess we'll do that as well then. Good job I've got so many of these things kicking around, isn't it? I think they're probably going to notice this. You know, call it a hunch. Still, it works. I can't exactly argue with the technology. Sneezing a lot recently. That it? Just that? Well, this will be fun, won't it? Is there a ladder over there? Interesting. Alright, so we know where the post box is. Here's a question. This is just a theory. I drop my stuff down here. Leave it there for a split second. If I then cross into their little threshold with no cargo, are they going to be able to ID me? I don't know. Am I playing offline? Probably? Maybe? I don't know. Because if I... Yeah. Well, technically I'm already in their territory. This is not going to be fun, is it? Okay. See? Couldn't detect my cargo unless it's detected. Didn't seem to have. Aha. Exploit perhaps?
Mule drop sites are rarely deserted, so remaining undetected is key. Keep a low profile and move slowly to minimize noise.
Yep. I'm not an idiot. I know how this stuff works. What was it on about? Detected? No, not that. Oh, that's right. I dropped all my stuff. Oh, well, that's fine. Cave. Very good. Presumably, this is a handy dandy shortcut. Because of course the game's designers figured, we should probably make the first one a little bit easy for them. Alright. Is there anybody out there? Hide in the grass, hide in the grass. Alright, I don't see anyone. Hope not, because online functions a part of the experience. Yeah, but I never play online. Like, ever. Besides, I wanted a fresh experience. I don't see... Unless I see him over there, him over there. I think... There's that guy down there. Hang on, just on your breath, make it even harder. That was B, wasn't it? Okay. Can I knock the guy unconscious? Okay. Is he gonna notice if I do this? Can I knock him unconscious? look like I've got the option to that. Damn it. Nothing there. That's right. Go away now. Oh, shoot. Okay, this is going to be difficult, isn't it? Hooray! There we go. Blimey, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Well, that's the one we definitely need. So we'll take that. So what else have we got? Lost cargo, special device. Mule boots, apparently. Climbing anchor, resins, metals. This is probably a really stupid idea. I should probably just take the thing I came for, and this is going to be a Skyrim situation, isn't it? I'm just going to take so much stuff that I'm not going to be able to walk properly, and then I'm going to end up getting caught. Nope, apparently he did not notice. Not even a little bit. You saw nothing. See? I got it. I don't know specifically how good their eyesight actually is. Like, you know, how far away can they see you? Because I do know that guy over there. My boots are getting worn out. That stuff looks heavy. Yeah, it is. It's it's heavy. I don't remember exactly how much they said it was worth, but yeah, it's heavy stuff. What's that up there? Got that thought. 1 second. Got that. A memory chip. Excellent. There's to be one kicking about somewhere. I'm not going to bother with that. Do you think they'll notice if I... I'm a bit worried I'm going to get pinged by their little radar thing again. But hopefully, because I'm leaving, that won't be an issue. Now, it's already gone off once and they didn't detect anything. Now that I quite like. Like the idea that you can set it off once and then it'll be all like, actually, you know what, it's fine. this is going to be a problem, isn't it? Oh, no, 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 no. What are you doing? That's the wrong way.
Mules. Damn addicts chasing a cargo high. Shame we gotta deal with their bullshit at all. Back in the day, AI did everything. Deliveries were handled by unmanned vehicles and drones. And all we had to do was sit back and let them work. It was revolutionary, damn near singularity. No reason for it not to take off. But it didn't. People didn't like it when we took the human element out of the service industry. So, after some consideration, we put it back in. Made jobs no one really needed and gave them to folks who couldn't live without them. And from there, it snowballed. Now we got cults of cargo-chasing crazies who get off on hijacking shipments. Jackal's always on the lookout for the next order. Make sure you're not him.
Yeah. Weird idea. Yeah. I mean, the idea of, you know, robots taking over the delivery industry makes a lot of sense if you look at just the way technology's going. It's a lot of it's something that, like, people who think about the future of, like, where human society is going often talk about. You know, the idea that robots will basically replace quite a lot of jobs eventually, like a lot of jobs given enough time. In fact, technically speaking, all jobs over a long enough period of time. And it's just a question of what the hell are we gonna do with ourselves then? It's a genuine question. Like, seriously.
ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
You are welcome. Service workers have it bad even in the future. Yeah, apparently. Careful now.
Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
You are indeed welcome. Make delivery. Alright, memory chip first. One chip. Chips. Now I'm hungry.
I just about given up on this. I owe you one.
The Seven Samurai. Oh, goody.
Thank you for your contribution.
To the city? Zoom, off it goes.
Time to get that chiral printer in working order. Sorry to push you through so much trouble, but trust me, it'll be worth it. Excellent. The unit doesn't have a scratch on it. Never doubted you'd come through for us.
You're welcome, I suppose. Hey. Awesome. Yay.
Sam, how are your shoes holding up? Not too well, I imagine. Conditions being what they are out there. Nothing ruins your day like shoes falling apart while you're on the job. Carry on like that, and it's only a matter of time before you injure yourself. I've arranged for boots to be added to your supplies. Bridges standard issue, so they ought to fit you fine. You should always carry an extra pair. But if you forget or run into trouble, you can fabricate another via a terminal at one of our many facilities.
Okay. I have boots. Ooh, a bridge. I can now build a bridge. Useful. Actually, that will be useful. Oh, goody. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So many points.
See you around.
Congratulations, Sam. I understand you now have access to a chiral printer.
Apparently.
An extraordinarily useful device that can only function because of the manner in which our network utilizes the beach, enabling us to transfer massive volumes of data instantaneously. Since under normal circumstances, such transfers would take hours, if not days, some have speculated that the chiral network might, in essence, be a time machine. That it is transmitting data into the past. Suffice it to say, we have yet to fully grasp the fundamental nature of the network and the beach which we have come to rely upon. One might liken our relationship with it to that of primitive mans with fire. Is it useful? Quite. Is it dangerous? Undeniably so. Nevertheless, we have decided that the reward outweighs the risk. Furthermore, as the BTs are linked to the beach, it stands to reason that further study and experimentation could be of considerable benefit. The same could be said regarding you, of course. Rest assured, I will keep you apprised of what I learn. You have my word.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
New orders? Ooh, interesting. One thing. I have the boots on clip. How do I equip new boots so I can then put old ones on? I don't know. What's it got? Power supply unit, construction of a bridge. I can do both of those things. Let's listen to the briefings first.
Now, you've done a fine job expanding the chiral network. But to make the most of it, we'll need to generate more power. We'll have to make a few hops before we can link up the closest city too. Once this wind farm is part of the chiral network, we'll be able to route the energy it generates through the beach. Unlike traditional transmission methods, nothing is lost. We can provide power to distant regions and utilize facilities there as electrical substations. You're to deliver a key component. Should be finished printing. Take it to the wind farm and get us in business.
Okay.
Hey, Sam, mind doing me a favor? There's a bridge that needs building over a river just outside that distro center. It's too deep to ford, and we'd like a long-term solution. The foundation's already been laid, and everything required to finish the job should be in storage. All you need to do is carry the remaining materials to the construction area and use them to complete the bridge. If it turns out there isn't enough there for our needs after all, you'll have to come up with the rest on your own. I know you've got a lot on your plate right now, but remember, this bridge will make your life easier too.
Well, okay then.
We've added a bridge schematic to your PCC. The first step is laying the foundation, after which you'll have to supply additional materials to finish the job. Plenty of rivers and canyons could do with a good bridge, you know. Take a stroll across one you built yourself, and I guarantee you'll be glad you made the effort. Give it a try.
The foundation of a bridge. Once the foundation is in place, add materials to level up the structure and complete its construction. While constructing a bridge, 50 meters or 80 meters. Materials required for completion. Metals times 800. Interesting. What was it? Metals times 800. Why have you only given me 4? Okay, fine, whatever. That's a lot of shit. I think we'll be okay. Alright, let's keep it going. Yep, that's a lot of shit.
Order assigned.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Okay, Sam. Make your way to the designated construction area for the bridge. The foundation should already be in place. With your help, we'll have the thing finished in no time. There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Okay, so now we can make a bridge. I can approve of this.
Sam, looks like you found the site. There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials.
Okay. Structure menu. Complete structure. Oh, it's already got 400. Ah, that's why they only gave me 400. Okay, complete the structure. One bridge coming right up. Cool. Ignore the beeping in the background. There's just my phone complaining it's out of power. Very good.
Bravo, Sam. That bridge should make life easier for a lot of people. You can be sure that every traveler and porter who passes that way will put it to good use. Keep an eye out for other spots that could do with another well-placed bridge.
Well, I guess we're going up this way then. Oh goody, I have mail. What have we got? How's BB doing? Hope you managed to avoid autotoxemia together. By the way, I've been wondering, how are your porter grades these days? Getting better and better, I imagine. Maybe you don't really care about that stuff. Well, in case you do, I thought you might give you a quick primer. We should develop a new system to evaluate porter performance. It focuses on 5 categories: cargo condition, delivery volume, speed, bridge link, miscellaneous. Obviously, the aim of the game is to get high grades in all 5 categories. If you ask me, though, you should prioritize cargo conditions. I mean, it's the point of loading something halfway across the continent if it's smashed to bits in the process. Sure, some people aren't all that bothered. Some will even let you get away with up to 50% damage or so, but come on, imagine if you ordered a dozen thingamajigs and half of them were delivered broken. No, it's definitely bad to put condition first. Treat your cargo with care, respect, and you'll be rewarded with way more likes. Trust me. Yeah, that makes sense. That's more or less what I've been doing. I mean, I've been, doing pretty well, I think. That wise. Blimey, still more tips showing up? There's way too many of these. I'm only marking them off. There we go. Found another memory chip. Oh goody. More interviews? Really have time for those. I've only got like 5 minutes and then I gotta go. Maybe I'll read them next time, or maybe I'll read them between episodes so I can save my voice. Alright, so we've got to head up this way now. Makes sense. Okay, how do we actually... There we go, that's how you do it. And then I can take the other ones back once I'm done with this, or maybe I can drop them in up here, I don't know. And we'll... we'll find... So we'll be able to recycle them, I think. Get some of the materials back. So yeah, that's how you do it. Because of course it's boots and masks, I see. The boots and masks, health. I'm not sure what the down one is. I just don't know yet. What's this?
There we go.
Okay, that's the thing. I get the feeling I'm probably going to have to retreat back to the distribution center once I'm done with the wind farm. Although it looks like there might be... Yeah. Because that's where I'm going next. And that is rather unfortunately going to require some pretty tricky terrain by the looks of it. Also looks like there's both Timefall and BTs over in that direction. And when you make movement trickier, it'll also to put your stamina more quickly. Will it? Racing. What happened? Oh, it's raining. I'm going in the right direction, aren't I? Oh, I am. Although that's not actually what I'm heading for. What I'm heading for is on the other side of those trees. How are there trees in Timefall? Timefall must not affect plants in the same way it affects animals. That must be it. Wait, pick up? Pick up what?
There we go.
Oh, power crystals. Didn't even see it. We're officially off the chiral network. Joy of joys. Timefall must just not affect plants. Careful now. But yeah, we gotta go through the woods by the looks of it. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, well, unfortunately, actually, that is the pause menu. Unfortunately, that's gonna have to wait because it's pretty much 6 o'clock, and there's no point in going in there until like afterwards. So yeah, that'll have to wait for next time. And you know what? I think there will be a next time. I'm definitely gonna give this another one. I don't know how far into this game I'll get before I say to myself, that's enough. You know? But I think I'm doing all right. Things are progressing slowly but surely. I mean, this is not a fast game, you know. I'm fully aware that this is not a fast game, but you know, I've done quite a chunk of exploring. You know, I mean, I started there today, and I've gone all the way around. I do like that it actually remembers your entire route. That's kind of neat, really, all things considered. So yeah, it's good. I will say it's. I almost kind of wish there wasn't any BTs or mules in the game, because I think it would kind of be better if it was just you wandering a completely desolate wilderness. But I suppose, you know, most game designers these days, oh, you've got to put in enemies of some kind. Here's a clue. You don't have to put in enemies at all. But I know a lot of people like that kind of thing, so I guess we'll sort of see what happens. So yeah, this will definitely be getting a third one. As I said, I don't know if I'll be able to take the game all the way through to the very, very end, but we'll see where we get to, because I'm enjoying it, I think. I'm definitely enjoying it, at least enough. Ooh, so much stuff scattered all over the place. Anyway, yeah, so that'll just be for what it is, and we'll try to get to the wind farm. We'll see what happens in the forest. Something's going to happen in that forest. Like, they wouldn't deliberately put a funnel with a forest in the middle of it without good reason. Something is going to happen there. I don't know what. You know, I don't know what it'll be. I don't even know if it'll be anything important or significant, but something will happen. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this, and I will see you all whenever I next see you. Take care out there, everybody. Bye-bye.